Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Carlos Yulo hopes to pick the brain of fellow PSA Athlete of the Year Eala. Manila, Philippines. Carlos Yulo has picked the brains of the greatest Filipino athletes of this generation, and he wants to do the same with Eala. Yulo hopes to draw lessons from Eala after they were feted as Athletes of the Year by the Philippine Sports Writers Association on Monday, February 16th. I met her before the Olympics. After that, of course, she has been super busy. I'm super excited to meet her soon and get advice from her, Yulo told reporters in Filipino as Eala missed the awards night at the Diamond Hotel due to her ongoing campaign in the Dubai Tennis Championships. Of course, each athlete goes through different experiences and faces different challenges. The mental game is half the battle in sports, so Yulo, the Philippines' only double Olympic gold medalist, has made it a habit to seek the guidance of the likes of weightlifter Hidilyn Diaz, pole vaulter EJ Obiena, and boxer Nesty Patricio. Diaz and Obiena are fellow Athlete of the Year winners. I often ask Kuya EJ, 8 Hidilyn, and 8 Nesty for advice. I learn so much from them. All of our Olympians have different stories. They are really inspiring and they motivate me to train harder and work harder in life, said Yulo. Coming off a stellar 2025 that witnessed him win his third gold medal in the Artistic Gymnastics World Championships, Yulo earned his second straight Athlete of the Year plum from the PSA. Meanwhile, Eala became the first tennis player to win the award following a banner year that saw her ascend to the world top 50 and play on the prestigious Grand Slam stages. I'm just really happy and proud because a lot of Filipinos are now able to compete at the international level. I hope there would be more of us. Let us show the Filipino spirit in sports, said Yulo. In the quiet spaces between training sessions, when the chalk dust settled and the echoes of landings faded inside the gym, Carlos found himself thinking about Alex. Not about her trophies or rankings, not even about the headlines that carried her name across the country. He was thinking about the mind behind the motion. He had always believed that medals are forged twice, first in the body, then in the brain. And he wanted to pick her brain. Parallel lines. Their sports could not be more different. Carlos lives in the air. He sprints down a narrow runway, launches off a vault, twists in defiance of gravity, and lands within a whiteboarded square that demands perfection. Every movement is choreographed risk. Every mistake is magnified. Alex, on the other hand, commands a rectangle of blue court. She reads spins and angles at lightning speed, trading baseline shots like calculated arguments. Tennis is rhythm and resilience, patience and pressure unfolding over hours rather than seconds. Yet beneath the surface, their journeys share familiar patterns. Both left home young. Both trained overseas. Both carried the quiet weight of expectation, not only for themselves, but for a nation that sees in them possibility. Carlos often says that gymnastics is about control of muscles, timing, breath. But there are days when control feels like an illusion. A slightly mistimed block on vault. A fraction of a second too late on a landing. The difference between gold and fourth place is sometimes less than the blink of an eye. He wonders how Alex handles her margins. In tennis, there are no judges. The ball is either in or out, but pressure accumulates differently. A double fault at breakpoint. A tiebreak that stretches nerves thin. Momentum that can swing like a pendulum. He imagined sitting across from her, not as a fellow awardee, but as a student of the craft of composure. How do you reset after losing a set? He might ask. And how do you stay hungry after winning one? The weight of representation. Being a Filipino athlete on the world stage comes with a particular kind of heartbeat. Carlos knows the feeling of stepping onto an international floor exercise mat while imagining the flags back home waving in living rooms, gyms, and barangay halls. He remembers the deafening silence before his routine begins, the split second where the entire arena waits, and so does an archipelago thousands of miles away. Alex must feel it too when she walks onto center court in Europe or America, her name pronounced in unfamiliar accents, her flag displayed beside giants of the sport. For both of them, victory is personal, but it is never only personal. Carlos would ask her how she carries that weight without letting it crush her, because there are nights when he replays routines in his head, when a small hop on landing grows larger in memory than it was in reality. There are mornings when training feels heavier because expectations are louder. How does she quiet the noise? Does she meditate before matches? Does she visualize the trajectory of every forehand? Does she see the match unfolding before it begins? He suspects she does. Champions rarely leave preparation to chance. Discipline in different dialects. Gymnastics speaks in repetitions. 10, 20, 100-volt approaches until the rhythm becomes instinct. Tennis speaks in rallies. Cross-court. Down the line. Serve and volley until the patterns form strategy. Carlos respects the monotony required to master brilliance. He has spent years refining details invisible to most spectators, the angle of his shoulders in a twist, the timing of his punch off the table, the exact tension in his core before a landing. He imagines Alex dissecting her serve in the same microscopic way. The toss height, the wrist snap, the placement on crucial points. There is something comforting in knowing that excellence, regardless of sport, demands the same currency, time. If they ever sit down over coffee, perhaps after a PSA ceremony, medals tucked away for the night, he would ask her about burnout. How do you fall in love with the process again? He might say, when it starts to feel like obligation. Because even passion needs tending. Even dreams can grow heavy. And maybe she would tell him about rediscovering joy in small improvements. About celebrating progress that does not trend on social media. About remembering the little girl who first picked up a racket not for fame, but for fun. Carlos would understand. He still remembers the boy who flipped on makeshift mats long before world championships were part of his vocabulary. The courage to evolve. Sport is unforgiving to those who stand still. In gymnastics, skills that once dazzled judges can quickly become baseline requirements. Difficulty scores climb. New combinations emerge. Innovation is survival. Tennis is no different. Opponents study tendencies. Strategies must evolve. Physical conditioning adapts to longer, faster matches. Carlos admires how Alex has matured on tour, how she has transitioned from promising junior to formidable professional. Growth at that level is not accidental. It is deliberate. He wants to ask her how she decides what to change and what to protect. In his own routines, he sometimes debates adding more difficulty at the risk of consistency. The temptation to push boundaries is constant. But so is the awareness that one miscalculation can unravel months of preparation. Perhaps she faces similar decisions before major tournaments.